What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rolling Green Acres. Today, I'm going to go ahead and start putting our hydraulic pump back together on this Farmall 460. I got the new pump from yesterday's tractors. I ordered it on the internet, and it was right about, I'm thinking it was like $360 or $380. Now, it does not come with the power steering pump, which is on the back of it, that actually unbolts off of there. And so in order to determine what pump I needed, I had to look at the serial number on the tractor. Now, after your serial number, there's going to be some letters, and those are options that are on the tractor. Now, the letter Y meant that I had a 12 gallon per minute standard hydraulic pump system. There's also a 17 gallon per minute hydraulic pump, and I believe that would be the letter Z if you had one of those instead of Y. But mine said Y, so I ordered the 12 gallon per minute pump. Now, unfortunately, the pump that you order does not come with the gasket that goes in between the power steering pump and the hydraulic pump where they bolt together. Now, there's 4 bolts that hold it on. They're a 9/16 head. They came out pretty easy. This is the new pump. I'll kind of turn it the same way the other one is. The gasket is what goes in between right here. We're presented with yet another problem here in this gasket saga. This O-ring right here has to come in contact with the hydraulic pump and seal. This gasket is actually almost twice as thick as the gasket material that came out. And so unfortunately, after doing all the work of cutting out this gasket, I'm not going to be able to use it. And so what I am going to do is I'm just going to smear a thin coat of RTV silicone around this and then bolt it right up to my new pump. When I use RTV silicone, I like to use it as sparingly as possible. I don't like this stuff getting into my motors or my hydraulic system. I just want enough to make a fine film. That's all it really needs to fill the tiny little gaps in between these fine machine parts. So I'll just lightly smear some RTV silicone around it. You want to make sure that your splines for your shaft align with the hole where it goes into. You've got your little nubs that stick out to help line up, and they're going to be kind of difficult to squeeze in there. But it should go in. Oh my gosh. It's being difficult today. See if I can't use these bolts here to slowly close the gap. kind of walking around, and it is closing that gap. Those nubs just hold it in tight where it's supposed to be. Okay, now you can see, even with my very fine film of silicone, it's squeezed out. I hate when people put a whole bunch of glob of silicone on stuff. You know that just pushes a bunch of it down into your motor or in your pump, wherever you're working on. Okay. Now that our power steering pump is bolted onto the back of the hydraulic pump, it's time to put our gear back on, the drive gear onto the hydraulic pump. It came with a new nut and a new keyway, which is good. I like that. So to make sure that our surfaces are clean here. We'll see how this gear fits on. Oh yes, that's nice and tight. Much tighter than the old one. The old keyway is worn quite bad. Something I always like to do is I'll just get a little bit of regular motor oil and put on the shaft of whatever I'm trying to get to slide on the shaft. Just a little bit of lubrication will help it out. There's two sides of this gear. There's a flat side, and there's a side that has a protrusion. You want the protrusion to go in to the pump right there and not stick out. All right. This is a nylock nut. It's got nylon in there so that it helps it not come off. All right, so now our pump is ready to bolt back on to our plate. I'm going to go grab that plate off the tractor. Okay, now we've got our pump bolted onto the backing plate. Now the only other step, of course, don't forget to remove this. You would certainly regret that. We're just going to have to put some RTV silicone around this and go bolt it back on the tractor. There we go. Alright, felt it slide over the pickup tube nicely. Now, just need to get it slide a little bit more on there. Okay, starting to go. Yeah, now we just got a tiny little gap. I can draw that down with the bolts. I'm going to snug this the rest of the way down by kind of just alternating my pattern of tightening so that we don't get anything too far crooked in there. I think we've just about closed our gap on everything all the way around now. Yeah, she's on there. We just got to snug it down. Next is the power steering line. We're pretty much home free now. These just seal up with O-rings, so you don't have to worry about gaskets. That's actually a 1/2 inch, not a 9/16. And then your main hydraulic line back here. Well, that pretty much sums it up for putting the hydraulic pump back together. Now the only thing left to do is fill the thing up with hydraulic fluid, get all the other stuff done on this tractor, and then start it up. Anyways, I appreciate you stopping by and checking out how to reinstall your hydraulic pump on your Farmall 460. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see some more videos about fixing up this old tractor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. This is Rolling Green Acres. It's okay to be a farmer.